Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Greg, and I am back with another Legendary DXP strategy video. We're going through the campaign. Slowly but surely, we are talking about each level, and we're talking about what are some of the strategies that you can use to find success and get your victory. And, hopefully it's something that you can build off of. I'm just really talking about the things that I've been doing that have been giving me success, but there may be something even better, and I'd really love to hear from you guys if you find something better. So, let's jump in. Going into the campaign. Going over here. So, as you can see, I've been making some more progress, getting them gold stars on each of the levels in this first grouping with my mastermind Kalila. Been going back, trying to go through here, really try to figure out what is it that is going to find success, what's going to be a good strategy. So, here we go. This is 1-3. So, before we jump in and start the timer and whatnot, I'll just go through my notes here. And it says that this is Kalila, which is when her Master Strike goes through, each player will KO a hero from their hand, which, if you can choose where the KO is from, that's a good thing. This one, less so, because if you have to kill something off from your hand, it might make the difference between getting that awesome card from the hero pool, or it might be something that will prevent you from getting that KO fighting the villain like you were hoping to. So, again, we love KOing things when we can make things on our terms, where we can decide, well, this one we don't really need. We want this out of our deck. That is going to make it so that we can streamline things. But when it's forced like this, it's not as good. And the scheme is Pillage the Countryside. It has 8 twists and 12 total villagers in the villain deck. And what's interesting about this one is that each villain which gets a villager from their capture the villager and absconds with it. Well, captures the villager at this point. They get +1 attack for each villager. So they're just going to get progressively stronger as more of the villagers come out. And when a twist comes, is any villain in the tavern gets 2 extra villagers. And then the next card from the villain deck gets played. So, if something is in the swamp, then they'll get that village. Otherwise, the tavern, I'm talking crazy talk here. Basically, we'll see it when we get in, but, and then evil wins when 8 villagers are carried away by the escaping villains. So basically, you just want to fight stuff to keep them from running away, because each villager that goes the way of escape, each one is going to bring you closer to your demise, which is not awesome. The heroes are Mal Gravemore, Lord Cedric of the Citadel, and Arcillo the Noble-Hearted. Again, as we know, Mal is one of my favorite heroes. Really good because it is based off of fixers. So all of the Mayor, Shuffle Bottoms, the Envoy, the Guard, and really every card of Mal, all of those are fixers. So you could potentially just go Mal and have a pretty potent deck. The problem with that is you don't really have much in the way of buying power, so you wouldn't be able to get those pricey heroes out there. So that is a drawback to that way. Arcillo is a weaker card draw. Really has 1 that gives you the ability to draw 2, sort of. So weaker card draw, okay in attacking, and then the big card, the 8-pointer, is the one that will give you a lot of villagers, and by way of villagers, a lot of victory points. And again, we are looking for victory points. This is a pretty interesting level. The high score from all the people in the game is 111 on this level, which is pretty good. I was cranking pretty well, and I when I got my 89, and I think that I basically stopped because I was running low on cards in the villain deck, and I didn't want to risk running out and it being a draw. Actually, I have never reached the point of having a draw in the digital version. I know that it's a draw if you get through all of them in the physical version. I have to assume that that carried over, but I am not certain. So Cedric is all about Orin's Wall, which is that ring symbol for the team. And then also you want to have a bunch of different colors. In terms of how you want to go with this, if you are focusing on Mal, it's very okay to go ahead and grab Cedric with his color-focused cards, which are We Happy Few and Rally on Me. Those are the ones where you get extra money or extra attack based on the colors that you have played or colors that you have in your hand. So the different hero types, strength, magic, intelligence, and so forth. And then you also want to go with Assimilate. Make sure that you have at least one. I usually go 2 to 3 and stop there. I would even say 2 is really all you really need. And the purpose of that is it thins out your deck. It gets rid of all of the envoys. It gets rid of all the guards and replaces them with Mayor Shufflebottom, which will give you more buying power. So you can get more of the higher attack cards, which is a very important thing. Obviously, you need a lot. It's 7 to defeat Kalila. And then you also want to go with Grim Determination, which is really your primary damage source. And that is it's 1 attack when you play it, but it gets +1 attack for each fixer that you play. I feel like I talk about this every turn that Mal is the hero because it's so good. But what I will say is I actually had a pretty nutty run recently, and I'm pretty sure that's how I got to my 89 top score, where the RNG was kind of forcing me to go different routes than I was wanting to. I think I was trying to focus on Mal, but I was being forced to go Arcillo and Cedric. And if you go Arcillo and Cedric, you really want to do a mixture of them both because they complement each other fairly well. And on top of everything else, the big card for Cedric is going to be 3 attack. But then you get 3 additional attack for every Orin's Wall hero that you had played. This is the analog is the big Nick Fury from the physical game, who was based off of the Avengers. And every Avenger, you get additional attack. So really, really good, potent card that can get you a lot of attack pretty quickly and easily. I do find that this scheme is one of the fun ones. I love the theme because it's, let's stop the bad guys from running away with all the innocent bystanders. So for me, again, I love playing this one. It's not overly challenging, and you want to make sure, like I was saying, you want to do sufficient damage that you're regularly defeating the villains and making sure that they're not escaping. But once you really start getting going, you can kind of sit back and you can decide, do I really want to go and defeat Kalila now, or do I want to sit back and wait for some more victory points to try to get your own personal high score? What I would say, it is best to focus on one of those strategies of mostly going Mal with a sprinkling here and there of the others, or going Arcillo and Cedric as kind of like one combined hero. But if you're forced to do both, it's not the end of the world. There are some scenarios later on, and some levels, I should say, later on, that it's really more important that you really stick to your guns and play a perfect game based on what your goal is from the onset. But this one is not one of those. This is a fun one that you can get in, play, have a good time with, and so forth. So let me get right in and let's see what that's all about. I think that for this run, I've done enough Mal with these videos, strategy videos. I think I'm going to Oh, cool. All right, so the villager just got taken, and the villains here in Alamith, they are the ones that are going to have the +1. Doesn't increase Kalila. I would have thought that, I know that she's the mastermind, but I would have thought that she would still be counted as a villain. I know that it's distinct for some cards, like for example, Mal's big card is going to be defeat a villain or mastermind whose attack or cost to defeat is less than the number of fixer heroes that are in the discard pile, or excuse me, in the KO pile. So there is that distinction, but I would have thought that for this, it would have applied to both. But I'm not going to I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, because that's advantageous for me. I don't have to put up with a stronger mastermind when this happens, and that villager is one that can't be absconded with. It's one that is not going to be escaped with, and it's one that I'm not going to have to deal with. So forth. So again, here's that scheme. Pillage the countryside. Look at that artwork. It's really, really nice. I know I mentioned it before, but I just get a real kick out of the artwork in this game. I think it's really nicely done. I'm a bit of an artist myself, but I could not do this. I think that this is really, really wonderful. All right, so I'll just go through these cards real quick. So this is Power Stone Amulet, Orange Wall, Magic Hero, 2 attack, +1 if you've already played an Orange Wall hero, 4 to buy it. Wave of Sickness, Mal Gravemore, he is a fixer, he is magic, and if you've already played a magic card, then you get +1 attack, so it would go from 2 to 3. And here's just an example of a little bit of a synergy that you could get. Mal would get a bonus from playing this, but not the other way around. So, be mindful of that. Rally on Me, which is one of those really good cards for Cedric, regardless of what you're focusing on, because this is going to be a decent buying power. It will automatically be at least 2. It'll automatically be at least as strong as a mare, and it'll only go up from there. So it doesn't give you anything initially, but you get +1 money for each color of hero you've played when this card is played. So you're probably going to lead with your Envoy or your Guard, and then when you play this, that's 2 automatically. If you've done anything else, it just goes up from there. You see? You feeling me? All right. So he is Orange Wall and he is Intelligence. It costs 3 to buy that. And Magic Barrier is, again, the Lord Cedric of the Citadel, Orange Wall, Magic Hero, which, again, we had that silly little synergy, but also has synergy with this because this is a black and this is a yellow. Okay, if you would gain a wound, you may reveal this card and draw a card instead, which is good. Not going to be getting many wounds in this particular level, this particular scenario, but that's awesome. Okay, so 4 attack, 6 to buy it. Really good card because 4 attack does come in handy. Staff of the Earth, Orange Wall, Magic. If you've played a Magic, choose one. Either each player draws a card or each other player discards a card. So in this one, you're really going to want to draw a card. You don't have much reason to discard. It's 3 attack when you play it, and it costs 5 money. So this is another really great card to have. Those high attack values right out the gate are really good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play my Envoys, and I'm going to take this, Rally on Me, and I'm going to end my turn. So just in case I didn't say it, because I'm a little bit scatterbrained, sweet, two villagers that can't be taken away. I'm going to go with the mixture of Cedric and Arcillo, I think, for this particular round, just to see all the possibilities there. Even though I'm doing that, I think that this is a great card to have because I can upgrade all of my Envoys to mares, and that's going to be a really great thing. Just go ahead and click this, speed it up a little bit, even though this is going through all 6 cards. It's a little bit faster than me. Click, 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 click. All right, buy and assimilate. I'm basically investing in the future when I do that. What do we got? Another villager. Sweet. This I couldn't plan this. I couldn't plan that. So, play, get rid of an envoy, confirm. I probably, you know, that was a poor play on my part. I should have gotten rid of the guard so I would have extra buying power, but I don't have any of the big cards up here yet. So yes, I want that mare. What do we have? What do we have? We got 5. I think it's probably a little bit too early to get this, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. And the reason why I was thinking, oh, it's probably a little bit too early, well, among other things, we don't have any villains aside from the mastermind that I can face. But I was thinking that, you know, for the first couple of rounds, it's usually a good turn, or usually a good idea to go money and get money for this particular scenario. Grab another one, why not? But because I do have that assimilate, I think I'm doing okay. And I think I'll be doing... Wow! 5 cards in a row! Why couldn't that happen on the scenarios where I really needed it? Yikes. Alright, so for money, now I'll grab this Power Stone Amulet. Okay, so let's see. I didn't talk about these, but that's okay. I'll circle through them now. Spell of Geokinesis. He is Orin's Wall, got magic. 5 attack when you play it. Whenever you defeat a villain or mastermind this turn, rescue 3 villagers. So, again, that distinction between the villain and mastermind. Really, really awesome. It's very close to defeating the mastermind on its own. And then you get the extra villagers. Now, they won't take out of the villagers here in the villain deck, unfortunately. Or fortunately. I'm not sure how you really want to call that. It's going to be just extra that'll get added to your victory pile. So that's great if you are trying to get the victory points and get those high scores. Grim Determination, really, really great card. Cannot say enough about it. Fixer, Strength Hero, 1+. You get +1 attack for each other Fixer you've played this turn. So, you know, if you have all Mal cards and like envoys and guards, that's 6 attack when you play this, plus whatever extra you get from any guards that you might have. So that is, again, something that I think is a really, really good card to have. All right, enough about Mal. I'm not going after Mal this time. All right, cool. Leprechauns. Fight him, you get +1 money, and he costs 3 to do it. That's pretty great, pretty great, pretty great, pretty great. So I can defeat him just with that. So I have the ability to just get rid of this, but hopefully when I play this, I can get something from my discard pile. If you can, it's always beneficial to go into your discard pile and get rid of that, because you get an extra mare in your hand, which means extra buying power. You don't have to just get +1, you get +2. Always, always, always good. Well, I'm saying that, but there might be a scenario that I'm just not thinking of in which it's better not to. All right, so I have 6. Ooh, I'm going to defeat this leprechaun, and I'm going to get the Spell of Geokinesis, which is a really great card, particularly if you can get those big money cards early on. More often than not, they are going to save you. They're going to be so, so awesome. Sorry for another time, but I did. All right, Scheme Twist, not so great. Normally, I would never do this, but because I'm focusing on Cedric and Arcillo, I'm going to get rid of Mal. Bye-bye, Mal. Why didn't I get rid of this? Because I'd rather keep this one here. Oh, okay. So we might have a chain of Scheme Twists now. Awesome. I want to keep you because 4, but that could potentially be more. I'll just get rid of this one. But I was keeping that Mal around because it was relatively inexpensive and would give me, for the investment, it would give me a reasonably good attack potential. So, okay. So which one is better? Do I want to draw another card or do I want to get extra attack? So 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could have 7. Potentially, I could have more, but I can't guarantee. So I'm going to go ahead and play. I'm just going to play it like this. Get my 7 attack. I'll defeat that mastermind. Boom, skillet. Look at all them beautiful villagers. 6 of them now. Get in my discard pile. Oh, well, victory pile, I should say. Well, this is a little unfortunate. Get extra money, which is good. Play this. Nah, doesn't do anything for me. Only 5. Oh, well. Do I need more attack or more money? I think I need... I think one more time I'm going to go with money. I don't think you could fault me if I went with We Happy Few, which is get additional attack for each color of hero you've played. I think that money is still where I want to go. It'll ramp up, I think, after this turn, or I should say I'll ramp things up a little bit after that turn, because I'm able occasionally to get the big money cards, but I'd like to have a little bit more consistency. Maybe get rid of a few more of the starter cards. Staff of Geokinesis, 3, 4, 5. Give me additional money. Play this in the discard pile. Goodbye, Envoy. Goodbye. Goodbye. On a personal note, I hope you guys are all doing really, really well today. It's a little bit hard out there, so I hope you're having some fun. I hope that you're finding these videos to be fun. And I hope that even more than that, I'm hoping that you're finding the game to be fun, because like I've said a number of times before, I really love the game, and I think that it's a lot of fun, and I'd like to see more people play it. Let's just cruise through this. I don't want this to be a super long video. All right, moving along. Another Power Stone Amulet. What is this? High ground. Fight. If you fight this in the forest or mountains, KO 2 of your heroes. So that's pretty good. If they're over here in the forest or in the mountains, then I can choose some of the cards that I've already played and deal with it that way. I'll get the benefit from having played them, and I won't lose out on it that way. But I'll slim out the deck a little bit, which is good. Again, this has the potential to have more attack than this one, but I like the Magic Barrier better than We Happy Few in this particular scenario, just because it's a guaranteed 4. Who knows what this would be. All right, go ahead and recruit this. Got another Assimilate on there. Because I already have the one, I'm not going to go ahead and get another one. Another High Ground coming out. So they're currently at 4. Hopefully they won't get any more. Hopefully they won't get any villagers under them. So yeah, I'll go ahead and hit the play button. Just get it all done. I'm not going to get any benefit from going Rally on Me at the end. But again, I've said it before, you really want to pay attention to what you are doing in terms of the order that you're playing your cards, because your synergies are going to be dependent on what order you play things in. I should wait, but I'll just go ahead and KO this now, just to get my own little victory points and move along. I like this card. I'll go ahead and grab it. It's good to, again, you do need to pay attention to, is this the right card at the right time? It might be an awesome card, but if you don't need it in your deck, it's going to be a hindrance, and you don't want to be running into that too much. Blade of the Fallen. Let's check this out. This card is worth 1 victory point for each each magic hero you have in all your cards at the end of the game, and then escape is each player reveals a magic hero or gains a wound, which is a little bit silly because I do have Magic Barrier, and I doubt very seriously he's going to escape anyways. Didn't mean to play that yet, but okay. That's one of the things I frequently run into. I accidentally will play a card because I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. How do we want to do this? Yeah, I'll do it this way. So this is great because I'll get to, with this high attack, I'll be able to KO. Oh, that would have been super sweet. You know, there is a version of Kalila that gives plus attack. I'm just going to try this, see what we get. Not what I was hoping for. Yep, put back, discard, KO. That is a perfect order for me. I can do this, or I can do this. You know, I'm just gonna rush for the Mastermind now. And there's my 3 attack, so I can go ahead and I can defeat high ground anyways. Why not? Get extra villagers. Pretty sweet. So you can see I'm creeping up here, getting them stars. If you want to get the gold stars, you have to get 65. If you reach the 60 threshold, you get 3 stars, and then they get gelded at 65. Moving right along. Let's see what we have. Okay, so now, again, Blade of the Fallen is stronger because we have that villager here. Looking at, I'm not going to be able to do much in terms of defeating things. I'll get a little bit of money. Do I want any of these cards? I don't really want any of them, but I'll grab a We Happy Few. But that's probably going to be it for what I'm buying, unless there's a scheme twist which causes me to clear out another space. This is probably what's going to be in the guild hall for the remainder. Okay, Master Strike, KO a hero. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 money, 1 attack, or excuse me, 5 attack. 5 attack isn't really going to do anything for me, but I don't want to get rid of that. You know what? I'll just get rid of the Envoy. That's okay. But now I am going to make sure that I rearrange that so I can hit this play button. So 7 money. I don't want any of these. I can't defeat either of these. It's interesting now that this lowly villain here in the swamp has the same value to defeat the Mastermind. It's always fun when that happens. You know, yeah, now it's even stronger. Even stronger. How much are we getting up to? We're going to get up to 7. All right, there we go. That's game. Okay. So obviously, as you saw, I was rushing more toward getting the victory as opposed to trying to get those high scores. You do definitely have the potential with this deck or with this strategy to get those high scores. I could have waited and gone on, but I wanted to keep the video short. I think I would have easily gotten with the number of cards that were left in the villain deck. I feel confident I would have easily gotten to the 60 threshold, if not 65, and maybe even beyond that. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching again. Please let me know if you find a strategy that works better. I'd love to hear it. Love to hear how you're doing. I'd love to hear it if you've tried out these strategies and you've had success. Either way, really love to hear from you. Hope you're having a great one. And check back in a few days, and we will do another one of these strategy videos. All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.